am I doing something wrong, or is that over with? Are they just expecting us to come and talk to them?
Instead of normalizing women making the first move, can we normalize men to pay attention to and understand the subtle cues of body language?
When would be an appropriate time to approach a woman?
That's honestly such a hard question because women...
There is no appropriate time to approach a woman. You just have to be the right guy that she wants.
5 reasons why men probably aren't approaching you. Even when you look really good.
I like this guy, but he just stares and stares and he never speaks to me. I don't want to initiate with him because I want to be feminine.
I want a real, relationship with a real man.
This is becoming very common. Many women want a man, but are too prideful to approach one. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
I don't get approached a lot, but when I do, they're 22. And I have to be like, I'm 28. Have a great day.
No guy's approaching you, no one's really talking to you. Can I just say that's an amazing thing, because that means your husband's prayers are being answered. He's making sure that no one else catches your attention, so then when God wants to place you two together, it's just magic. So be excited, it's a good time.
I personally don't find it creepy if men want to approach women and ask them out. I think it's how you do it is what's important. So if you go up to a girl and just start making small talk or right away compliment her, that can come off as creepy and annoying. I think the best way to go about it is to go up to her and be like, hey, are you single? I think you're really cute. Just ask if she's even on the market. Because then if she isn't interested or actually is in a relationship, she can just be like, oh no, I'm in a relationship. Thank you though, I appreciate you coming and talking to me. Whatever. And then you can go about your merry way and you're not fully getting rejected because maybe she is in a relationship. Because most of the time, girls will say, oh, I'm in a relationship if they're trying to reject someone, because sometimes you guys can be pushy as fuck, and saying that we're in a relationship is the only way we can get you to scoot along your merry way.
Most guys know this isn't true. What really matters is whether she finds that man attractive or not. If he's her type, he can say the stupidest thing ever, and she will still be drawn to him, even finding his awkwardness endearing. But if she doesn't find him attractive, even the most well-thought-out compliment will be dismissed as creepy. It's not about what's being said, it's about who is saying it. Women often disguise this reality by claiming it's about the approach or delivery, but in truth, it all boils down to attraction. A compliment from a guy she likes is charming, while the same words from a guy she's not interested in suddenly become uncomfortable or inappropriate. It's the same reason why celebrities and high-status men can make advances that would get a regular guy rejected, ignored, or even accused of harassment. Attraction is the only real factor, yet women will rarely admit it. Instead, they'll say a guy needs to be more confident or just be himself. But the truth is, if she's not into him, no amount of confidence will change that.
Fortunately, I'm not getting any male validation lately, so I've actually been taking care of myself. I went to bed at 11, slept 9 hours, been reading, been going, right now I'm about to go to the gym. My life is so much better, and yet I miss it. I do. It's literally been a...
Why is it always on the man to pursue you? Because let me break some of y'all's hearts. A man is only going to pursue you if there is value in you. If he sees something that he would like to maybe have one day. But in 2025, sadly, women are presenting themselves in a manner that all they really are offering is what's between their legs. So understand, you can't just sit on your couch watching Virgin River waiting for the man to knock on your front door like the UPS man. Sometimes, if you truly don't want to end up alone, maybe you can make some moves too and make yourself available.
As a woman, I agree. Good men get used and taken advantage of, then get hurt. I pursued, thought everything was great. 14 years of marriage gone because she has a new supply. Tired of being nice. Yep, they think it's gold. 54 years, no kids, never married, and probably never will. Love equals pain. I'm 56, and my pursuing days are completely over. If a woman wants me, she better do some pursuing. Women believe it's always on the man to pursue them because they don't think they should have to put in any effort. Most women nowadays believe that just showing up is enough, that their presence alone is a gift. It's a really sick mindset because it creates an unfair dynamic where men are constantly expected to prove themselves, while women feel entitled to admiration just for existing. They don't think they need to initiate, contribute, or bring anything of value to the table beyond their looks. This is why so many modern women have zero dating skills. They've never had to learn how to impress, how to hold a conversation, or how to keep a man interested. They assume their beauty and presence will do all the work for them. This entitlement is exactly why so many women are struggling in the dating market today. They refuse to acknowledge that relationships require effort from both sides. A man doesn't just want a woman who shows up. He wants someone who reciprocates his energy, who appreciates his efforts, and who is willing to meet him halfway.
Am I doing something wrong? Or
Yes.
like, is that over with?
Your
Are they
energy.
just expecting us to come and talk to them? Like,
You're not
are y'all
worth
going to
approaching.
approach them?
Yeah, guys, these ladies are still wondering why men are not approaching them.
Look, they know why.
Okay, I just made a video about how things are a bit backwards here in Australia and the guys don't come up to the girls. The girls come up to the guys, and it seems a bit backwards, okay? One other thing that I've noticed is that I get catcalled and honked at when I'm walking on the street more than I ever have in my entire life living in Australia. Every single guy that drives by me is like, hey, sexy, hey, sweet cheeks, honk, honk, honk. And I'm like, what the like, you'll honk at me, but you won't come up to me at the club. Like, make it make sense. Like, what the fuck? Here's a hot take that might ruffle some feathers. And if so, good. Let's ruffle them up. Instead of normalizing women making the first move, can we normalize men to pay attention to and understand the subtle cues of body language? Because women already do make the first move. It's called eye contact. Okay, listen. If a woman locks eyes with you, she glances at you more than one time, gives you a soft smile, that is the first move. That is the green light. That is her way of saying, hey, I've spotted you. Come talk to me. Like, worst case, you go talk to her and she says, no thanks, I'm not interested, I'm out with my friends tonight. That's gonna hurt your ego for like a minute, and then you're gonna get over it.
A man being rejected by a woman that he approaches is not the worst thing that can happen, because being called a creep or being accused of something that he didn't do is way worse. And because of this, it is the smartest of women that recognize this, and they will do more than just these silly hints of looking at a man for him to approach her. The smartest of women understand what men go through, and they understand that a lot of women are telling men, do not approach me, do not look at me, do not be a creep. And so when they see a man that they are interested in, they will lead the conversation. They will approach him. They will say hi to him. That's literally all you have to do, ladies. And reality check, women that have a difficult time with this, it is because they fear rejection, because women are not used to being rejected. But ladies, this is the reality, okay? If you don't want guys approaching you that might have an indication that you're interested in them just by a look, just by something very casual, if you don't want that because it's creepy, guess what? You're going to have to take the lead. You're going to have to be okay with some level of rejection. At least that's my hot take that might ruffle some feathers.
Some men may like eye contact, and does work for some men, but personally that's not making a move. A woman glancing at a man or holding eye contact for a few seconds isn't the same as putting in effort. This woman wants men to start paying attention to women's body language in order to know when to approach, instead of using words like an adult. Essentially, she wants men to play a guessing game, deciphering subtle cues, vague gestures, and fleeting glances, all while she takes zero risk. This is just another way for women to maintain control over the dating dynamic without actually doing anything. They want men to read the signs so they can avoid direct rejection or accountability. This is really just a translation for, I don't want to put in effort or risk being humiliated if I get rejected. It's a way for women to shield their egos while still expecting men to do all the work. They want to be pursued, but without ever stepping out of their comfort zone. They'd rather send cryptic signals, hoping a man picks up on them, instead of putting themselves out there like men have to do every day.
Do you believe that men are natural protectors, or is that learned behavior?
I think it's natural instinct.
It's something that you're taught growing up. I feel like if, like old school values, for example, like men were always taught that you should walk on the outside of the sidewalk, you should open the door. And I feel like the men that were taught that when they're younger are now better protectors than men that weren't.
I think it's learned behavior, and it's also like, what do you feel you need to be protected from, or what you need to be protecting?
How can men be natural protectors if men are the very thing that women need protection from?
You don't need protection from all men, just some.
I don't know that I would personally look to a man to be protecting me. I'd want to learn to protect myself first.
But wouldn't that mean that men are more likely to be protectors than be predators?
Well, there's a lot of this world is a dark place and has become a very dark place. There's a lot of good men out there and there's a lot of good women out there, but you need protection from both.
There's this dating epidemic that's happening right now. Women do not need men to get bank accounts, houses. They have careers on their own. And so as a result, it's challenging societal norms of the way men value themselves when it comes to being successful for relationships. Whereas the flip side, a lot of women are saying men need to step it up emotionally, which is why I talk a lot about emotional intelligence and how that's what women want. There's this push and pull happening right now with society. I want to know, though, what are your thoughts?
Women still rely on men. It's just not as direct as it used to be. The idea that women are independent and don't need men is a forced narrative that falls apart under scrutiny. Think about it. Men are the ones who go out and face danger to keep the country safe. They are the firefighters, the soldiers, the police officers, the construction workers, and the engineers who build and maintain the very infrastructure women rely on every single day. And, by the way, the majority of women do not have emotional intelligence. They're just emotional. There's a huge difference between being emotionally intelligent and simply reacting based on feelings. But many women mistake their emotional outbursts for deep emotional awareness. Emotional intelligence means being able to regulate emotions, communicate effectively, and handle relationships maturely. Not throw a tantrum when things aren't going your way. This is why so many women struggle with accountability.
Men just don't come up to me because they think, oh, she got a boyfriend, or...
I know something that can fix that. There's a new app. It's launching soon. And it solves that problem. And it's called... Get it? Because you on the app. It's basically like Pokemon Go for dating. So you meet people in real life, real time, at events, tells you about dating events in the area. It lets other singles know that you're available and that you want to be approached.
If you don't wear makeup, you look like the maid. If you look like the maid, he will treat you like the maid.
I wonder what kind of great advice is going to be offered here.
If you look like the queen that you are, he will treat you like the queen that you are.
So wearing makeup is going to make a man treat a woman better. I wonder if they realize how shallow that sounds.
You yourself teach a man how you want to be treated.
Well, that part is true at least. A person does teach others how to treat them by how they allow themselves to be treated.
If you put energy and money in your looks and you actually make an effort and you look expensive, he knows you deserve princess treatment.
I mean, this could get more shallow if we really put in some effort.
You don't wear makeup and you dress for comfort, you literally become the personal assistant, the maid. You make him the prize, you make him the black cat, you make him the person on the pedestal, and you become the chaser.
I know I've said this before, but apparently it bears repeating. But women usually wear makeup for themselves. Most men actually prefer little to no makeup.
Happiest relationships and marriages are where the woman is the center of the marriage or the relationship, and she is being served. And therefore, she can also serve herself. In return, it makes her a better partner to him. Happy wife, happy life.
There are actually individuals out there that take this type of relationship advice to heart and genuinely believe that a successful relationship is one where one person is the center of it. Successful relationships are partnerships, and anyone who says differently is full of it.
I don't think most men care about a woman wearing makeup. In fact, little to no makeup is what attracts these men. Men are naturally drawn to a woman's natural beauty, confidence and femininity. not a painted-on mask. The easiest and cheapest way for a woman to get treated well is to treat a man well. It's literally that simple. A woman who is kind, supportive, and pleasant to be around will receive far better treatment than one who thinks she can buy respect with cosmetics. Yet here we have another woman claiming that women need to wear makeup to get princess treatment. It just goes to show how little she truly understands about men. Most men aren't looking for a perfectly contoured face or layers of foundation. And it always amazes me how women take this crazy advice from single, unmarried women who have no results to back up their words. Why would you listen to someone who has failed multiple times at what they're trying to teach?
Serious question, why do men think that women care about their opinion? Are you not paying attention to the global phenomenon taking place right now where women are figuring out that they're actually better off without men and that we don't have to put up with your behavior? Instead of, I don't know, becoming better men and actually treating women like human beings, you're flailing and starting to become complete assholes that nobody wants anything to do with. Those men who do get a wife end up with some submissive little Christian girl who was told she had to get married young and then was told she could never divorce. So like, she's not with you because she wants to be, she's with you because she thinks if she divorces you, she'll go to hell. I guess good for you. You're a better option than going to hell for all eternity. Congrats, bro. I'm pretty sure we could fix all our problems in our current society if men would just go to therapy, learn how to actually take care of themselves, and then get their own friends so that they're not as dependent on women, because women certainly aren't dependent on you anymore. It's become very clear that y'all don't know how to handle yourselves when women have their own autonomy and don't have to depend on you.
What does it mean when only unattractive men approach women? That they have money to spend on you. Okay? That's what it means, ma'am. They got all these savings. They got good credit, they not going broke behind no women or no wife because they ugly, unless they are. It just means they have more money to spend and they're more willing to spend. Does it give men more power when they choose to leave a relationship first? Because it doesn't matter who leaves first. What matters is who leaves with what they wanted. Yeah, it matters who leaves with what they wanted or more than what they came in with. It's never about who leaves first in any type of power. It's about, did you get what you want? Because I got what I wanted. And also a lot of people don't realize this. If you're focused too much on a man, you make him the priority of your life. The focus should always be on you and what you want and what you need. If he focuses on you and you focus on you, then it's a win-win for you. And if he likes you, it's a win for him because he likes you and that's who he wants to be focusing on.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is the Sprinkle lady. She has done more harm to the dating market by turning women into a bunch of money-hungry 304s who believe their only value is in what they can extract from men. She teaches women to see men as walking wallets, convincing them that manipulation, deceit, and entitlement are the keys to getting what they want. Instead of encouraging healthy relationships based on mutual respect and effort, she promotes the idea that a woman should sit back, look pretty, and demand financial rewards just for existing. The good thing about all this? It exposes the game, making it easier for men to recognize the red flags. Her advice tells men exactly what to look out for. Women who only see relationships as a transaction, who expect a man to provide without giving anything in return, and who think femininity is just a tool for financial gain rather than a genuine part of their character. Any woman who follows this sprinkle nonsense is basically wearing a flashing warning sign for men to avoid.